Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the 31 Days of Halloween, where I post a new tutorial every day in October. For this tutorial, I have this skull pumpkin skull look for you guys. As you can see at the beginning, it was a little bit different of an intro than normal. That's because I accidentally deleted half of my footage from this look, and I kind of had to improvise. So please just bear with me. I loved this look so much, that's why I didn't just scrap it and just give you something else. I really liked it, and I think that you guys will kind of like it too. Anyway, I'm going to first start off by mapping out where I want my mouth and my eyes to go with just a little bit of concealer, and then mapping out what I want my neck to do. It doesn't have to be exact, you're going to go over it, it's just to get an idea. Then filling in my neck with some orange body paint. For some reason, orange is just so pretty, and I just loved filling in my face and my neck with orange. I just want to do it every day. Now I'm just going in with the details in this tiny little brush and kind of just making these jagged, kind of ripped, I don't know, looking things around my neck, almost like it's kind of rounding around my neck, if that makes any sense. It's gonna essentially look like a headless pumpkin. No, not headless. Bodiless pumpkin, like a floating head. There we go, like a floating head, because we're gonna black out our shoulders. So this part is just kind of laying the groundwork, and you just want to make these kind of sharp and pointy and rounded a little bit at the end, but you don't have to make them even. They can just kind of be random and just have fun with it. Now just filling in my forehead with some orange body paint. Basically, I'm putting the body paint anywhere that I didn't map out. Now I'm going in with another little detail brush and kind of drawing in the rips and the edges of the mouth part. And there isn't really much of a trick to this. I kind of just drew like little triangles and then filled them in. And like in a couple of my other tutorials, I'm going to mostly show you this side of my face so that this tutorial isn't even longer than it already is, and so that you guys don't get bored and just like leave, because that would make me sad. And of course, ironically, I'm doing the other side of my face in this circumstance, but I think I just wanted to show you guys that it doesn't have to be even on both sides. It just kind of has to be those jagged kind of rips and tears in the mouth. Now I'm going up on top of my eyeball and kind of just mapping out where I want the eye part to stretch out to around the rips. So just doing the exact same thing as I did on my mouth, drawing those little triangles and then filling them in, just kind of creating the shape that I wanted. Then doing the exact same thing on the other side. And this is definitely a pretty intricate look, and it's kind of time consuming, but I loved the way it turned out, and that's why I didn't want to just like scrap the whole thing and give you guys something else. I really wanted to try and make this work, and yeah, so hopefully you guys will be able to stick with me. Now I'm just filling in my eyes with a little bit of black body paint and some black eyeshadow on top of it. I at first just thought I was going to do like this kind of shape of an eye, but then I decided to fill in all the little like all the little, you know, what do I keep calling them? Tears. So kind of ignore how it is right now. You could go ahead and fill in all the tears when you do the eyes the first time. So now I'm going to go in for the teeth, and this is my favorite part of the whole tutorial. Definitely the most time-consuming part of the tutorial, but at first I'm just kind of mapping out where I want these teeth to go. I find it a little bit easier if you give yourself kind of a guide when you're doing teeth so that you know where you're going and you know like kind of how you want them to look. So I wanted them to be bigger in the front and cascade outward. Like I said before, I'm just going to show you this side because this is kind of like the more time consuming part of this. I keep saying that, I'm sorry. That's just a lot of time consuming over and over again. Anyway, then just doing the exact same thing on the bottom part of my mouth. And basically what mapping this mouth out does is it allows you to kind of just tweak it and add a little more, add a little more, add a little more. And it gives you a lot more kind of power over it than opposed to like putting too much and then having to take it off and then it being kind of a disaster. And yeah, so I would definitely say less is more at first and then just build. I feel like I'm talking a lot today, so I'm just gonna shut up for a minute. Now I'm just filling in all of those little tears on my forehead, and this is basically the exact same technique I was doing with the orange, but just kind of opposite. Instead of drawing the triangle out into the orange and filling it in, I'm drawing it into the black and then filling it in. Doing the exact same thing on the bottom as I did on the top. Then, like I said before, I'm just putting some black eyeshadow on top of all of that black around my eyes. And in this tutorial, and probably all of the rest of my tutorials ever, wherever I put black body paint, I'm always going to go over it with some black eyeshadow, especially if it's not like opaque enough. It just really helps to kind of make it look as true black as it can be. Now I'm just taking a little bit of a detail brush and going into all of the little tears with the black eyeshadow. Now just filling in my waterline with a little bit of kohl liner. Now going in the teeth, and right now I'm just filling in between each tooth with a little bit of black eyeshadow and a tiny little brush. This is kind of where you want to be careful because you don't want your pretty teeth that you just spent so much time making even and look good getting like muddied by black eyeshadow. So take time, use a really small brush, and try to have some patience with it. And basically I kind of went around my teeth first and started filling them in like I normally would shade teeth, but then I decided that I actually just wanted to black out all of the whole mouth piece from the tip of the rip until my tooth. So basically just fill in all the places that you don't have black body paint or teeth with black eyeshadow or body paint, whatever you want to use. And I wanted to show you guys this side because it's a little bit easier to see what I'm doing, because the other side's a little bit kind of crazy because it's not even, but that's okay. We don't want it to be even. I'm just kind of filling in all those spaces with black eyeshadow. This is also the time where you can change the shape of your little tears. If you don't like one the way that it is, just draw it in a different way. Now I'm just extending my mouth line out to the back of the teeth, just so that I can, create the illusion that they're not just lips, it's like teeth. And here I am. This is where I ended up deleting the rest of the footage. I don't have an intro and I don't have an end. So basically I decided to just kind of map out what I had already, and we're going to pretend that the mouth is already filled in. Basically I just blackened everything around the teeth and that was it for the mouth. So I'm going to show you guys how I did the nose. Basically made like two kind of rips on both sides of the nose. Both sides? There's only one side. I don't know. On each side of the nose. There we go. And then filled that in with black body paint and then went over the top of it with some black eyeshadow. And I wanted to make sure to kind of extend the top of it to really kind of create that like elongated and like pumpkin-y, creepy looking effect. Now I'm going in with the eyeshadow Morocco from Makeup Geek, and this is kind of hard to see, but I'm just mapping out where I want my like pumpkin bumps to go. And then I'm going in with Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek and darkening all of those little lines up. You want to keep them curved, and they curve outwards. So the first one, the one in the middle is kind of straight, and then the ones on the outside are curved because the pumpkin is a circle and it's curved. Then I'm just taking Mocha from Makeup Geek as well and going over the top of all of that to darken everything up even more and add more dimension. And then also shading a little bit around my forehead and my temples to kind of just create a little bit of depth. Then taking Mocha on this like kind of angled brush and creating lines, like kind of like lines through these pumpkin bump curves, just to kind of give it like some real definition. So the line is like the harsh line in the pumpkin bump, like, is that even what it's called? And then most of the rest of it is just kind of shaded out. If that makes any sense, I really hope it does. If not, I'm just gonna shut up. Now I'm just going on my neck and taking that same angled brush and that same shadow and going anywhere there's like a little where it pulls inwards. That's where I'm pulling the eyeshadow up, and then also pulling it down my neck as well. Then I'm just blending all of those lines out with a fluffy brush. Now taking Chickadee by, you guessed it, Makeup Geek. I know, it's shocking. And going on top of like all the places that the pumpkin would be sticking out. So we're basically highlighting all those places to make it look 3D. And doing the same thing on my neck. Now I'm just filling in my shoulders and the sides of my neck with some black body paint. If I were kind of doing this for the first time, which I'm not, I would definitely have filled this in a little bit more opaque and a little bit better, but I was a little bitter and kind of angry that I had to be doing this again because I really liked the way I did it the first time. So it would like normally be a little bit more black, but sorry guys, bear with me, okay? 31 looks is a lot. Now I'm just going in with a little detail brush and filling in all those places around the orange. And then just going in with some black eyeshadow, as I normally do, on top of all black body paint, just like I said, and darkening everything up. Then just pulling that black eyeshadow up and then pulling it down my neck as well. Also adding some other lines to just create some pattern and depth, and I just thought it looked kind of cool if it was like a little bit messy and like kind of creepy. Anyway, that's it for this look, you guys. Thanks so much for bearing with me. I hope you still understood the tutorial, and please give it a thumbs up if you did like it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see the rest of the 31 days of Halloween. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!